Okay, you see, anywhere you go, if you look at if it's a natural frame, then it must be up and down. Up and down is conflict. Either it go, then it go there, then it go up again, then it go down again. It's just the way nature is. So we cannot take away the conflict for the equation, then it is not balance anymore. I was telling him that, see, life, we are not supposed to know everything. Everything is not supposed to just be okay. There are challenges in life. And it is good that there are challenges. It is good that in life, you don't know everything. That sometimes you take a step, that step can hurt you. Sometimes you take a step, that step can be good for you. What is important is not the step hurting you or you getting something out of it. The question is, do you learn anything from it?
So it's less about the personality guiding the choice that you make, as it is about studying your personality and your partner's personality guiding you in addressing the obstacles that will naturally arise. There is no human relationship that is without conflict or obstacles. So it's not the conflict's another one, by the way, isn't it, Obehi? It's not a bad thing. It's not an evil thing, conflict in and of itself, right? We need it. It's part of life. It's part of how positive change is affected. But we want to handle it like a knife. We want to handle conflict in a way that is responsible and is intentional and that we accomplish what we want to accomplish with it rather than hurting people. So knowing the personality type is more about learning to be you well, to cope with your personal drawbacks of your personality style, to cope with them well, to cope with your partners well, rather than to find the ideal one or something like that. Ideal is a little bit of a myth.
That's a good one. That's really a good one. You see, I was laughing a lot when you brought in the idea of conflict, and that is not just a good thing, that we need it. You know, I remember, for example, a couple of months ago, in our LinkedIn audio live event, we said we're going to talk about the role of conflict in storytelling, and some people will say, but during the conversation, people, but how can you be talking of bringing conflict? You know, conflict. No, we want to avoid conflict. I will tell the individual, you can't do that. Without conflict, how are you going to tell story? Because you are going to say, how, you know, every story need to have conflict. If you don't have a conflict, it's very flat. You know, nobody is interested in a flat thing. Nature is not flat. There is no flat line or straight line in nature. All the natural lines are full of ups and downs. A good example, look at water. If you take a picture of water, it's up and down. Up, down. That is why you can hear the water shouting sometimes, because it reached that point. What about mountain? Look at the mountain. The mountain is ups, down. That is the natural flow. Okay, you see, anywhere you go, if you look at if it's a natural frame, then it must be up and down. Up and down is conflict. Either it go, then it go there, then it go up again, then it go down again. It's just the way nature is. So we cannot take away the conflict for the equation, then it is not balanced anymore.
And conflict is definitely the way that we affect change, because without it, everything just stays the same, right? It's flat. So if we are unwilling to push ourselves, if we're unwilling to speak up for our needs because we're afraid, oh no, my partner is going to be angry with me if I have needs, if I speak up about them, then we really are just stuck being exactly where we are. So conflict can actually serve us like it serves in storytelling. It moves things forward. It provokes change, uncontrolled or haphazardly. That change can be bad. But intentionally and with insight into how to do it well, it's the only way to make things better.
Absolutely. I remember one time I was having an argument with a guy in my house, Okay, I rented my flat. Okay, there are some space here. I rented one room because then I was not married, so I have a space. So I rented one room to somebody. So okay, because it's a neighbor now. We talk from time to time. Sometimes we entered into very deep political argument. So we're talking about life. Then I was telling him, okay, it's much older than me. I was telling him that, see, life, we are not supposed to know everything. Everything is not supposed to just be okay. There are challenges in life. And it is good that there are challenges. It is good that in life, you don't know everything. That sometimes you take a step, that step can hurt you. Sometimes you take a step, that step can be good for you. What is important is not the step hurting you or you getting something out of it. The question is, do you learn anything from it? Did you get the lesson? If you don't get the lesson, you repeat it again and again and again and again. But he was saying, but we should have just know everything. I said, if we know everything that is going to happen, that life is going to be very boring. It will not have any sense. It will not have any beauty. Like you just give birth to a child. You know everything from the day that child is born to the day that they die as an old person, old woman or old man. Everything that is going to happen. What is it going to be? A simulation? It wouldn't. That is not a life. Life is that sometimes you see no road anymore. Everywhere is blocked. The question is, what do you do? Go back to your head. There are a lot of information in your head that tells you, what do you do when you get to this part? You don't have any manual, but figure out things. As you are figuring it out, you are bringing more information to the universe. That is good for not only you, for the entire existence.
Yes. You know, I like to think of music in this sort of topic, and if we sing only one note, how boring, right? How lifeless that is. So just even one person singing, we have to change notes. But when we have two people singing, or when we have multiple instruments playing, those instruments aren't even playing the same notes at the same time, or singing the same notes at the same time. Sometimes they're singing notes that sound really good together. Sometimes they sing notes that purposely don't sound good together. And then when they resolve, when they move to one, there's joy, there's emotion, there's life. So this tension and release is an inherent part of nature, as you pointed out. It's an inherent part of growth, and it's what makes things interesting and meaningful. So we need these contrasts and these differences. When we can appreciate them, respect them, be empathetic toward the guy who's playing a different note that doesn't sound good to the note I'm playing, that's where we really begin to work in unison and create this masterpiece of music that is more than any one of us could do.
Absolutely. A lot of things that you're saying, they are really they are resonating with me a lot. Okay. In the course of our research, the journey about the presence of Africans in northern Italy, we have published 2 books. So in one of the books titled The Color of Our Children, I was talking about interculturality in Italian schools because it had to do with the Italian school, but in Veneto region where I live. So inside this book, I was painting a picture of what an interculturality should be or should mean. I say, to understand what it is, you need to understand, you need to be comfortable with another word that you're not usually comfortable with. Contamination. But I say you need to see it from a positive point of view now. In that you need to put a little bit of white, a little bit of